Good morning from Flamingo Land Resort here in Yorkshire, where you're watching Theme Park Worldwide. It is going to be a beautiful day, the hottest day of the year so far today, about 25 degrees Celsius. So it's perfect for being here at a theme park. And you know what? It should be a nice quiet day as well. It's midweek, just outside of the holidays now, and I'm really looking forward to getting back to this park today. And as soon as you arrive onto the car park at Flamingo Land, you are greeted with an awesome skyline, including my favourite ride here at the park, which is Sick. This opened in 2022. Intamin multi-inversion coaster with just lap bars. It's got 10 inversions on here. It's a great ride. It's really smooth, looks the part as well, nice and sleek and modern. And yeah, looking forward to it. Along with that, they've got quite a few other big coasters here at this park. You can just see Velocity, the launch coaster there behind it. You've got Kumali, the Vekoma SLC, which is probably the best SLC in the country. It always rides really good. Then along with that, you've got Mumbo Jumbo. That's a fantastic ride with a beyond vertical drop. And Hero, which is a flying coaster, which, yeah, isn't a great ride. But more about that when we get inside the park today. And just come through the turnstiles into the park. It is absolutely empty today. Look at it. Really quiet day, so I should get plenty of rides in. The park's open from 10 AM through until 4 PM. Yeah, I don't think I've ever been here before on a 4 PM close. Normally at least 5. When it's this quiet, I can kind of understand why. There's the big pirate ship down here at the entrance where you do have the pirate show. And yeah, probably going to start over here at Sick. I'm not really expecting any queues today. Obviously, you've got to think as well, they have got like the entrance at the back of the park because they've got a lot of caravans and holiday accommodation here too. So you can't always judge it from, you know, what you're seeing out at the front here at the main entrance, because people can just kind of stroll in from the holiday park down there at the back. Love all the branding though for Sick. It's a fantastic ride, and I'm just glad that it finally got built somewhere. You know, this ride, was actually bought from Intamin, the manufacturer, many years ago, and was sat out there in Brazil, like on a car park, and it never actually got built up, you know. And then Flamingo Land obviously got a deal and bought it, completely painted it up once it had actually been installed here. Who remembers a few years ago my construction updates for this, and literally it got installed with its old colour scheme. It had the yellow supports and also the red track, and yeah, look at it now. Really does look the part here, and I like how you can come directly underneath it as well and get some awesome views. All the landscaping over here too. God, it feels almost creepy being here when it's so quiet. Look at this, it's deserted. It's currently 9:55, there's 5 minutes to go until the rides are all going to open, and there's literally nobody here, it's deserted. Just come around this corner and I thought surely there's going to be some people waiting at the doors by Sick, but nobody at all, nobody here. So yeah, I'm going to be straight on. And if you're wondering what that whirring sound is there in the background, I think it gets noisier each year. It's actually Velocity over here, because obviously it does use a hydraulic launch system with a cable. And yeah, that's literally what you can hear down there, like the motor for it, making that whirring noise. Now with Sick, you actually go in through the gift shop before you ride, which is quite interesting. Yeah, it's quite weird that, isn't it? Normally you wouldn't enter a queue line through a gift shop, but you do for this ride. And yeah, always get excited, get back on this. I think it's one of the best coasters in the country actually, especially with the lap bars. It's great when you come to a theme park and there's no queues, because you get straight on everything and you can get plenty of re-rides, but also it's a little bit eerie because there's like no atmosphere at all. And yeah, with Flamingo Land, it's always lacked a little bit from an atmosphere point of view, I've found, because of like, it hasn't really got much audio around the park and things. Saying that, you do normally have some good dance music up here in the station for Sick, and some awesome views of the ride. Can't believe this has been operating here for 3 years now. Time flies when you keep on riding.
Okay, it's time to ride Sick. If you've got any use
There's nobody here, look at this. Empty.
Please take a seat.
Sick is an excellent coaster here at Flamingo Land, and it was great to start off my day with a front row ride on there. I love the layout, and the fact it's got a cable lift hill is great too. It gets you into the action a lot faster. You know, you're straight out that station, up the lift hill, and before you know it, you're into the 10 different inversions that make up this ride. My favourite part has definitely got to be the Heartline rolls down at the end. Because you've got just a lap bar holding you in, you do feel like you're going to fly out, which is also, I love that feeling. You got your arms in the air, and genuinely I think it's one of the best coasters that we've got in the UK. It's smooth, it's comfortable, and it's the lap bars that really make it. And yes, it's almost identical to Colossus down at Thorpe Park that opened way before this in 2002, but this ride's so much better. I think it's an excellent ride, and then lap bars are just fantastic, so comfortable. I remember when Flamingo Land bought this ride second hand. Obviously it never operated anywhere else before, but it had sat there for years after being manufactured. I remember thinking, is it actually going to ride any good this? Is it going to be rough and uncomfortable? Not at all, it's really smooth. It's probably one of the smoothest big coasters that we've got here in the UK. It's an excellent ride. If you've never been on it before, it's well worth coming here for a ride on that awesome coaster. Now you have just seen an on-ride POV there, however unfortunately that wasn't filmed today. They have changed their on-ride filming policy here at Flamingo Land. You now need to contact them 7 days in advance to film on-ride, which I did do on 3 different emails to no response. I then also messaged them on social media, and I think they've possibly outsourced it because I didn't get a message on there either. Normally when we've contacted them, it's fine, you know, we get a response straight away. And then also I arrived at the park today, I thought, you know what, no one's replied to my emails, I'll go to guest services, you know, it's going to be a nice quiet day. I'm sure someone will be able to come down and check the GoPro. Bear in mind we're coming down here, you know, promoting these parks and showing what there is. And yeah, nobody could come down to guest services. In fact, the customer service was quite rude. So I thought, oh, okay, right, I'll just go to Sick. I'll take my GoPro to the station and just speak with them there, you know, and see if there's anyone that can come down and check it. It's not like it's busy. And yeah, literally there was nobody there. I had to take my GoPro off and couldn't film on ride. So I'm going to be sharing all the POVs today. It's a shame, you know, we come down here, show what's at the park and put it out there to all of you guys. But yeah, they're not making it easy for me to film on ride today, which is a shame. I mean, customer service has never really been its strong point here at Flamingo Land. I always have some good days out here, you know, I do like this park a lot. Got some great rides. But then that's the thing, you know, when customer service isn't the best, makes you think, wow, is this one of the reasons why it's not that busy as well, you know? I know we're outside of holidays and things now, but things spread around, don't they? And I've heard quite a few stories over the past kind of 12 months from people that have visited the park and not had the best of visits, you know, which is a shame. Because it's a nice park, it's got a lot of potential. But still, I'll share some POVs that I've recorded on previous visits with you in this video, and hopefully we can get that rectified in the future. But yeah, there's a great view looking over at Sick. Looks amazing, doesn't it? Especially with the blue sky. And yeah, as you just seen from the sign, joining the queue now for Velocity. This is the Vekoma Booster Bike launch coaster, and this is a great ride. It's the exact same layout as the one that we did the other week at Toverland in the Netherlands. Soft spot for Velocity, and I know it's a little bit rough now compared to when it opened back in 2005, but it's 20 years old now. I can't believe it. I remember coming when it first opened. Great ride, and the launch on there is fantastic. It feels even more intense because you are sat on a motorbike, and then obviously it's a cable launch as well, hydraulic, so you really get that kick on there compared to a lot of the newer launches that are LSMs. So you get a great kick. After that, of course, you've got lots of different bank turns and different corners where you build up quite a bit of speed. Yes, it does jolt a bit side to side now, but for a 20-year-old coaster, it doesn't ride too bad. I'll always like it. The little airtime hills at the end as well. And obviously it's unique, isn't it, the fact that you are sat on a motorbike. Just behind me you've got Navigator. This is the Zamperla Disco they've got down in this part of the park. And that's the great thing with Flamingo Land. They have got a really nice variety of attractions for everyone, and they're all kind of spread throughout the whole park. It's not like, you know, big coasts in one corner or on the edge of the park and then kids rides all in one area. Everything's kind of spread around the park, which I do quite like. It also means if you come in as a family, you don't have to split up, which is good. Like, you've got 3 major coasters down in this one section of the park, and then a variety of flat rides, like the family flat rides, like Navigator, Vortex over there, the little Zamperla rocking tug. Then even for the kids, they've got a little flying elephants ride just over here on the left-hand side, you know, and it's right next to Velocity. So it's good how everything's kind of close to each other here. Well, it's only just gone 10:30 and it's a beautiful day today. So glad that I put my shorts on. Stunning day. Shame I've got to go and ruin it now with a ride on Hero because I can't film on ride today. I mean, I don't technically have to do it, but you know what? I may as well. I like to try and complete everything in the park, or at least all the major rides anyway. So yeah, I may as well go and have a ride on it. It is walk on as well. Hero. This opened in 2013, Zamperla Volare. My least favourite coaster type these are. I really don't enjoy them. Very uncomfortable. If it had a bit of a queue, I wouldn't be going on, but because it is walk on or almost walk on, then yeah, should get me riding on here quite quick. So it's got this spiral lift hill, which is fine. Well then literally you're coming down, you've got a couple of inversions as well. It's very uncomfortable, this ride. It's the restraints, I think. It's not really the track profile. I think it's more the restraints that don't make this the most enjoyable of coasters. There it is. So yeah, 4 per train seated across, and you kind of attach onto the lift hill. It's quite a cool mechanism to watch though, isn't it, with the lift hill? Quite an interesting contraption. Yeah, this is the only one of these that we've got here in the UK, and I'm quite glad it is, to be honest. They've got a lot of these in the States and quite a few in America before. Let's go. Brace yourself. Here we go. Whoa! Oh! Inversion. Oh! My back's all strapped up. That's the worst thing on this. Like, oh, I hate it. Ready, Charlotte? Oh, it's the corners that gets you. It's the corners. Oh! Woo!
My shoulder.
Oh, it's the worst. Luckily, oh, you're on the outside. This is a bad corner. Jolts. Oh, that thing is not enjoyable. Oh. Oh, they've got some great rides here at Flamingo Land, but that isn't one of them. I've got a bit of a sore head now after my ride there on Hero. At least I managed to walk straight on and not have to queue up for it. I tell you what though, them rides are awful. What was Zamperla thinking when they designed them? It's not just Hero here, all of them are just as bad around the world. I don't think it's the track profiling or anything like that, or even the spiral lift hill. I think the problem is the restraints on there, the train design, they're too bulky, but then they're not bulky in the right place because your back, it doesn't really touch your back as you're going round. And then you're going around the layout, you're getting chucked side to side, and oh, it's horrible. Like, it jolts you kind of head side to side. It's just not a nice feeling on there. It does make me happy though to see that nobody's now in the queue. Like, both the trains are just parked up there. Nobody wants to ride it. Yeah, there's much better rides in this part than Hero. What makes this even worse is that normally you have to kind of run down the platform and jump in whilst it's moving. So uncomfortable. But as you can see today, because it's so quiet, and obviously they've just come down the queue, they're actually allowing them to stop there so you can get in them easier. Well, yeah, it's down to only 3 trains now, 2 operating today. There's 1 parked up there in the maintenance area. Yeah, I'm sure this used to have maybe 6 trains, or at least 5. I bet it gets busy now during the holidays and on weekends. Yeah, I'm sure it was still had a minimum of 4 before. But yeah, there's only actually 3 on the system here now. Carrying on round the corner then towards my next ride. See, got the Flamingo Land Grand Prix there. Yeah, they used to have like an old classic cars ride here. Who remembers that? And there used to be a big building here, kind of out the front of Cliffhanger and Mumbo Jumbo. And they had like a fish and chip shop in there. And they demolished all that and built this new car ride. And obviously you've got the new fish and chip place over there on the right. I say new, it's been quite a number of years since they did that. Tell you what though, who remembers when this used to be a Coupland's over here? Oh, great times there. Having cheese straws at Coupland's. Well, that's probably what Charlotte's doing today. She decided just to have a bit of a chill out. However, she is with me up here in Yorkshire. In fact, we're on a family trip with my parents and staying at a nearby holiday park, which is lovely. So Charlotte's down on the beach today with my mum and dad, having a bit of a chill out. So I thought I'd come here to Flamingo Land. I think it would have been a bit much now for Charlotte walking round a bigger park like this. But yeah, that Heroverse, aka the gift shop, used to be a Coupland's bakery. And yeah, that's a fantastic bakery that they have up here in the north. It's amazing. I love Greg's, but I think it might be superior to Greg's, to be honest. It's fantastic. Right, we'll do Cliffhanger, I think, here now. This is the S&S combo tower. Shot and a drop you normally get on here, depending on the setting. Sometimes they'll run it just a shot, but most of the time you do get a shot and a drop. And yeah, it's a walk on. I do like how it's themed to a lighthouse, or at least partially themed to a lighthouse anyway. Let's go and give this a go. Mumbo Jumbo there. Oh, it's a perfect day to come here though. Beautiful weather. Nice and quiet. Just a shame about the on-ride filming, you know, because I always try to get the best content that I can for you all and show you what these parks are like. Because I know that you always say, you know, if you see POVs, it makes you want to come and visit. And yeah, it's just a shame that it's just been a bit of a hassle today with that, unfortunately. Still, I always try my best for you. I can only do what I can do. Right, let's go. Cliffhanger. Gonna be straight on, I think. They're waiting for me. And then kind of launch it down. Hooray! What a view! Woo! Some good airtime though. Hey! Nice view over the park. Yeah, not many crowds here today. Perfect for getting lots of rides in and making the most of it. Really like Cliffhanger. Not only has it got some kick to it, but because it's a combo tower, you get the extended layout. So instead of it coming back down there now and parking at the bottom and getting off, it takes you all the way back up to the top, where you sit there for a good few seconds, get to take in the awesome views across the park and the North Yorkshire countryside, and then you kind of get pushed back down. And this is my favourite part of the ride, because you get some really good airtime here. Yeah, it's a great ride. This is my favourite S&S tower ride that we've got here in the UK. However, that could change next week, who knows? Because we've got Launchpad opening at Blackpool Pleasure Beach. Now, obviously, Ice Blast has been at Blackpool for a long time, but S&S have done like a full refurbishment of it, and I'm excited to give it a go. And up next, I'm going on Mumbo Jumbo. This opened back in 2009 here at Flamingo Land as the steepest roller coaster anywhere in the world. Yeah, it was a world record holder because of that drop just up there. It didn't hold the record for that long, but still, it's a great ride. I do really like Mumbo Jumbo, especially on the front row. I think it looks the part as well. I've done quite a lot of these S&S L Locos around the world now, but it is a good fun ride. That's what I like about Flamingo Land though. They have got some like unique rides here that you don't see at other parks around the UK. You know, you've got to travel abroad for a lot of rides like this, like an L Loco. You know, it's one of them that is quite unique here in the UK. It's the only one. And before we're going to take my ride, here's a look at the Guinness World Record certificate. Not the actual one, a bit of a bigger version. But yeah, the steepest roller coaster in the world is Mumbo Jumbo, which measures 112 degrees. And we found at Flamingo Land Theme Park and Zoo in Malton, UK on the 4th of July 2009. Obviously it's no longer got that record, but still pretty cool how they got that on display. It's another walk-on ride. Let's go. I tell you what though, some of the parks looking really tired. Look at the signage here now. It's all just like peeling away there, and yeah, definitely need some love. Let's go and join the queue. Or should I say, the walk-on queue. not only did I get straight on Mumbo Jumbo on the front row, I also had the whole ride to myself. There was no one else on the train or anything. And you know what? I really like that coaster a lot. You got the 112-degree drop, once the world's steepest, which is great. And yes, there is a trim on the drop, but you still like fly out your seat. It's very good. And then along with that, you got 2 inversions on the ride, but it's all about the hang time on Mumbo Jumbo. That's what really makes it. And even more so when you've got literally a whole train to yourself. You're going so slow around parts of the layout. The hang time's amazing. Obviously, you've got a lap bar, and then you've kind of got over the shoulders, but they don't come all the way down and connect. The restraints aren't the most comfortable on S&S coasters, but you know what? It's a great ride. It runs pretty smooth under this final kind of turnaround where it's got a bit of a jolt to it. But still, I think it's aged quite well, and it looks the part as well. And for a part like this, it's very compact. Like, it doesn't take up much space either, which is really good. Yeah, it's nice to get back on there. And right next door to Mumbo Jumbo, you got some caravans over here. Yeah, I mentioned earlier on how it's not just a theme park, it is a full resort here at Flamingo Land. And yeah, they've got a lot of caravans and holiday homes here. This is the entrance actually down to the holiday village. That leads down there. You've got entertainment, you've also got a small water park here as well. I've never actually stayed here, but maybe we will at some point in the future. You've got the balloon ride just down here on the edge as well. It's easy to miss that balloon ride. It's kind of like a little bit further back from the park. Obviously, if you're staying over, then yeah, you know where it is. But yeah, if you're just here as a day guest, it's kind of tucked away behind Cliffhanger. So yeah, don't forget it's here. Nice little family ride that they've got. I have never seen it so quiet here though. It is deserted. I was just chatting with a member of staff on there and he was like, yeah, there's about 200 people here today. And I think that's probably about accurate. Well, I was going to have a ride on Kumali, but I thought first, I might as well go on the train here because it's just come in. So I'm going to jump on and have a ride round. It's actually been fully painted and refurbished for this year. The sad thing is though, it has lost a lot of its theming, which is a shame. Like, it used to have like all decoratives on top and yeah, it looks a little bit bland now. It's lost its kind of safari feel. And here we go, just leaving the station here. Yeah, this does act as a transportation ride around the park, where you've got a few different stations as well. So we'll do a full loop round, then I'll get back off here and have a ride on Kumali. Nice day for the water splash pad over there today. Nobody in there though. Yeah, they're doing some work up there on flip-flops. Yeah, that's closed today, unfortunately. Used to ride a lot better though than it does now. Yeah, you can see there's some techies actually up there at the top. Beautiful day. Looks the part on the skyline though there, doesn't it, Kumali? But yeah, they've actually got a splash battle over there too. Quite a nice day actually for a water ride. I'm also going to be sharing an update on their major water ride that they've got here at the park. Previously known as the Lost River Ride. So yeah, I'm going to have a look at that. I was expecting that to open last year, but it looks like they're still doing work on it. Yeah, there's Flip Flop. See them working up there at the top. So this is a gyro swing where you don't actually go all the way over the top, but you just swing side to side and spin round as well. And you got some family coasters down here in the middle, including Zoom just there. Well, you sit in an aeroplane. That's a little mine train coaster that actually used to be an American Adventure theme park. Nobody going round, just the member of staff sat there waiting for riders. And yeah, this is the other station. So we'll carry on our journey shortly. Yeah, this is the closest station to the main entrance. Yeah, as much as it's nice to see them painting up the train, I do wish that it kept its theme in. Yeah, I wonder why they've kind of took that away. Yeah, it's not the only thing they've actually took away. They've actually removed 2 junior roller coasters here since last year as well. They both closed at the end of 2024. Well, I'll talk more about that as we're heading into this section of the park a little bit later on this afternoon. Tyrannosaurus there, a little spinning coaster, and then just behind it, pterodactyl, like the little starfly that they've got here. And I say little, when you're up there, it feels quite high actually. You get some good views, and it spins around quite fast, which is quite thrilling. So we're heading down towards the next station now, which is located in the zoo. Looking out over the savannah that they've got here, you got the zebras, giraffes over there, gazelles, lovely. And the backdrop of the coasters down there in the distance. And also that work happening on the Lost River ride over there. It's been a year since I was last at this park and they were working on it back then. I'm intrigued to see what they're doing. And this is the other station here, closest one for the zoo. But like I say, I'll stay on and do the full tour around back to Kumali. I do love a good train ride at a theme park. Comment down below, what do you prefer, a train or a monorail? They have actually got two monorails here. I think one of them's closed at the moment. Then you have got one up in the zoo as well. If that's open, I'll have to do that this afternoon. Normally get some views of the monkeys from on there. There is a lot of work happening over there at the Lost River ride, but I'll talk all about that. We'll have a close-up look after I ride on Kumali. Yeah, you used to have like pedalos over on this lake, do you remember that? You used to be able to pedal out and then get some good views of Kumali's Cobra Roll down there at the back. That was a nice ride round on the train, takes about 20 minutes. And you got 3 stations on there. And here's a look at Kumali. It opened in 2006, features 4 inversions. And it's a really good custom layout for Cobra SLC. Let's go around there and get on. Love the big Rockwork sign out here at the front too. Looks the part as you make your way to this coaster. Yeah, it's a big ride, especially when you're on the front row. You really can appreciate the height when you're up there on Kumali. And yeah, the Cobra SLCs tend to be quite rough and uncomfortable, but this one's great, like, it rides really good. Yeah, definitely the smoothest out of all the SLCs we've got here in the UK. And as much as Odyssey up at Fantasy Island and Ingermell Skegness is like big and it's the tallest SLC in the world, it's a very impressive ride. It has become quite rough, whereas with this, still stayed nice and smooth since it opened back in 2006. It's also got a good soundtrack as well, because it's like Kumali, hey-oh, hey-oh. Oh, let's go, it's another walk on. Straight on, fantastic. Certainly can't complain about the crowd levels today. It's been a good day for coming here. A theme park of this size though should never be this quiet, should it? Like only a couple of hundred guests, like really not good. Just make me wonder. Kumali stands at 117 foot tall above Flamingo Land, but it feels so much taller up there, especially when you're on the front row. You get some awesome views across the park and also across the zoo as well. And also I was peeking down at the Lost River ride, excited to go and have a look at that next. I tell you what though, it's a good ride, Kumali. I feel like it wasn't riding quite as smooth there as it has done in previous years, saying that roller coasters can really vary depending on the temperature, and it is really warm today. We're up to about 25 degrees Celsius now, so maybe that's affecting it a little bit. It was riding a little bit rougher than normal. Saying that, it's a good layout on there, having the 4 inversions. The first drop's fantastic, banks round to the right. When you get to the bottom, it's really intense down there. It's the fastest part of the ride as well, before going up into the loop, which is great. At the front, you kind of get pushed up into it. At the back, obviously, you get pulled around that. You then got the Cobra roll, which it takes with a really good speed, before dropping down into the 0G roll, which is nice, really good inversion, and then kind of that turn around before heading into the brake run. It's not got the longest of layouts, but it's a good ride, and I do enjoy it. The restraints on there are still a little bit bulky, but you know what, that's just a sign of the times, isn't it? You know, it was built in 2006. Back then these restraints were really good, and you've got to think nowadays coasters have got lap bars and much better restraints out there. That's something that's improved so much, isn't it, on coasters in the past kind of decade. And gradually over the past few years this has been losing a lot of its kind of Africa theme as well, which is a shame. Like all this black fencing's coming now. It used to have like a nice wooden theme fence all around here which looked great. But I do really appreciate how when they did build this, they painted like the pattern on there. So it looks so good, doesn't it? I'd like to see Flamingo Land going back more into that kind of Africa theme again, because I think it works so well. It was kind of like our own versions of Animal Kingdom, you know, here in the UK. And they're really going to town with things like rock work and theming and immersion. But now things like the black fencing and things, you know, it's not really got that detail as much anymore, which is a shame. There was a point kind of in the mid-2000s where they were really starting to heavily theme things, you know. But yeah, it's an impressive ride. I do think this part really needs audio though. I've been saying this for years, but there's not loads of music. You got a bit up in the ride stations, but like just walking around the areas, there's nothing, and it will really add to it, especially on a quiet day. Well, now that I've done all the major coasters here at Flamingo Land, you're going to have a walk around the rest of the park and the zoo area and check out the latest updates, including at the Lost River ride. I'm really intrigued to see what they're doing over there, so we'll head over there shortly. Here's a look then at Flip Flop. Yeah, they're not working on the top anymore, so I wonder if it'll open later today. I guess we'll see. And yeah, this is the other monorail that's advertised as being closed today, where I did check the availability on the website. Oh, I tell you what, it is hot, hot, hot today. Lovely day for it. And yeah, I really like this view here. Cliffhanger to the left, Mumbo Jumbo, and then obviously Kumali there too. Yeah, these used to be like fake palm trees, but as you can see, they've actually took all the branches off the top. Yeah, they don't look as good now. Just opposite Flip Flop, you have got the splash battle here. Even though it's a lovely day, no one's going on. I'd have a ride on there, but it's not really good fun on your own, is it, a splash battle? Unless somebody gets on the guns over here on the side and tries to soak me. Yeah, it's got quite a bit of theming around this. It's one of them where it's not got a buried trough like Battle Galleons at Alton Towers. This one has got like the track around the top. I think I do prefer the Mac ones, you know, where they have got the buried trough into the water. But still, all the water features do seem to be working on there. Look at these pathways, it's so quiet. Just walking around the park and it's empty. It's like the main part of the park. In the train, is there nobody on it? I don't think there is. Surely not. Nobody on there. You have got a fun little pirate ship down here, which is well themed. Yeah, it isn't actually pirate themed, this one, it's voodoo. Yeah, it kind of fits with the whole kind of African feel of this back part of the park. I do really like this, looks the part. And I do like the views that you get down here of the Cobra roll there on Kumali out of the back. And yeah, you used to be able to go out on there, like I say, on the little pedlos. Now the Lost River ride is a water ride here at Flamingo Land that opened way back in 2004. I remember actually coming for the opening year of it, really enjoyed it, and not just a water ride, but an experience attraction. Starting off going through a lot of the different animal enclosures, getting some great views of the giraffes and zebras, before going through all the fountains and effects, before making your way up a lift hill, through the top bit and then dropping down, quite a big drop, which created a big splash at the bottom. Operated for many years, and we're seeing quite a lot of effects over the years start to deteriorate, so it did need some work. And I remember saying in vlogs a few years back that I'd hoped that they'd do some work to it to bring it back up to form. It actually closed in 2023. Last year we were here in April 2024, and there was quite a bit of construction work going on around it, and we thought, oh, maybe it's going to be ready for summer 24, you know, last year. And here we are in 2025, a year after I was last here, and there's still a lot of work going on there. And I have just noticed there's probably about 15 construction workers around there. I think they've all just gone for the lunch actually, but still, like, there's been a lot of work actively happening, so I'm really hoping that this is going to be ready for summer this year. I mean, they've been working on it for the best part of 2 years. There's a lot going on, so yeah, let's go and have a look. So this used to be the main entrance to the ride, and I presume it's going to be the entrance again with some new signage when it's all done. They've actually refurbished a shop over here. And yeah, look at the station building. It's having a lot of work done to it. It had like a thatched roof before, so hopefully it's going to still retain that, because it fits really nice with the whole kind of look and feel of this area. Unless they're going to go with like a garden, a bit like they have with the shop next to it with all the grass on there. I guess we'll see. Yeah, that's the station area. And then the ride starts by coming round here. Used to look into seeing the lions actually in the middle there. Obviously all that's being completely redone at the moment as well. Yeah, look at this. There's a lot of work happening. This is obviously the trough before the water, and then you make your way round a little turnaround section underneath the bridge there before coming back round, stopping for a little bit by a jeep. There was a little bit of a show scene, and then you carry on round towards the back and up the lift hill. So yeah, let's go and have a look round this side, because there's a lot going on. Lots happening there with the station, like the roof being completely redone. Yeah, it's a bit sad to see though that, again, much like at Kumali, we've seen all like the wooden fencing gone, and they've replaced it with like the black railings here. Just them little details, you know, that I do miss, that they used to do really well at this park. And yeah, I reckon this is going to be part of the queue line again. Looks like it's been completely rebuilt, this, all the way up here and up to the top. And it looks like maybe there's going to be a new little viewing area that's going to lead out to see the animals. I'm not too sure if the lions are going to be back in there, or maybe we're going to see other animals. But yeah, this is all being completely redone. So it looks like it's going to be part viewing area, and also as well the attraction coming back. This is all the trough, and it's been completely redone. Yeah, it's a big expensive project this, by the looks of it. There's a lot happening. And we can actually take a right here. Last year I came, this was blocked, but yeah, this is actually open round here. There's a little shortcut down to the other side of the zoo. So yeah, don't worry, I'm not going in anywhere I shouldn't be. Even though it says you can't go in there. There we go, we can stay on this path down this way and have a look. Yeah, this is all being completely redone. Wow. This is a massive project, isn't it? So yeah, this is all the trough round here. Obviously that's like the final part of the ride going down into the station. And what they've actually done is made the drop a lot smaller compared to what it was before. If you check out some of our previous vlogs from here at Flamingo Land, you'll see that the drop was maybe 2.5 times what it is now. So yeah, it's a lot smaller, so you're not going to get quite as wet, but hopefully there's actually going to be a lot more going on theming wise. This is still a way off, isn't it, when you look at it? All this is being redone here. There's actually no trough at all around this landing pool at the moment. This could even end up being next year, you know. Yeah, look at that. There's all new walls up there, new rock work, glass round as well. So it looks like there's going to be a much bigger viewing area than there ever was before. That's the thing, unless you went on the ride, you couldn't really see the animals that well up in that area. Wow, look at this, a major project. Originally manufactured by Bear Rides, this was. And yeah, there was a lot of rumours that it was having issues kind of getting up the lift hill and a lot of problems there, you know. So instead of a full removal, they decided to make the lift hill a lot shorter and the drop too. Wow, yeah, this is a big project. There's a lot more happening than there was last year when I was here. Maybe that's why it is taking so long to do it. Then obviously they've built this new building here. Really hope that is going to be fully themed in, like the old one was that used to be there. Yeah, it kind of used to look a little bit like the building there, actually. I love how there's still the Walls sponsor on there too. Yeah, it did actually used to be sponsored by Walls, and they had the logo up there on the top building too. But yeah, really interesting what they're doing here. It's actually now got a little building at the top of the lift hill over there too. Seems like it's going to be more of a themed experience, even more so than it was before. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's taking a long time, you know, to do something like this. But you've got to think they are a family-owned smaller park. You know, they haven't got like the backing of a massive company behind them, like Merlin, for example. You know, so it does take a lot longer to do things. But yeah, this is going to be really interesting. Obviously, it gives you an idea. The lift hill used to go all the way up to the top there, and then you'd head inside. Now this is just like a flat section, so it shows how much of the lift hill they've took away. Really fascinating to see this one. And you can't go in there at the moment due to bird flu restrictions, but there's a look at some of the flamingos that they've got here. We are at Flamingo Land after all. Right, we're going to carry on around this way, just get a few more views of the Lost River ride, and then this kind of loops round into the zoo. Going to do that smaller monorail, hopefully that's open down here, and give that a try. It's just so quiet here though, like it's not good to see a theme park this quiet. I mean, we all see quiet days at parks like Alton Towers and Blackpool and things, but this is like absolutely dead. Like a theme park of this nature should never, you know, have just a couple of hundred people in. It's crazy, especially when the weather's so good. So there's the lift hill. Obviously it's a lot shorter now than it used to be. And you got this new little building up there at the top. Yeah, there's rumours that there's going to be some kind of immersive tunnel, screen, visual effects going on this. So I'm intrigued to see what they do. Obviously the old tunnel, as much as it was themed at the top before the drop, on the outside, it never really had much to see on the inside other than a little bit of like bongo music. So yeah, I'm hoping this is going to have a lot more to it. So watch this space. Obviously we'll keep you updated here on Theme Park Worldwide. If this does open at some point in 2025, of course come down here and check it out straight away. But it might end up being next year, 26. For me, obviously it's taking a long time, but as long as it's worth it at the end, I don't mind so much. You know, it is a family-owned park. They haven't got unlimited budget, and I think they have got to run all the zoo as well. They've got to look after all the animals, which is another big expense for them here. But hopefully they can get it completed soon. I mean, it would have been perfect weather for it today. It doesn't look too far off in some areas, then that whole area by the drop is still completely missing the trough at the moment. So I guess we'll see. And this is probably the best overview we can get of the Lost River Ride project. Obviously we don't know if it's going to be keeping that name yet either. The park haven't really said much about it at all. Yeah, this is from up here at the Giraffe House. So yeah, just put it into perspective. The station's that building over there, and the first clips that I did talking about this were around the other side of the wall. And you kind of come back round. They've still got like the safari vehicle, the Jeep over there. So I wonder if that's going to stay the same. Then you're going to kind of come round here, and then they've redone like all the trough, it looks like, in this section. And obviously before you make your way up the lift hill into that first show scene, outside a little bit, and then into another show scene. Lots of new rock work. Obviously that's going to be the new animal enclosure in the middle. Yeah, I'm calling it now. I really don't think this is going to be ready for this year. It looks like there's obviously not much happening, but there has been about 15 construction workers there today. And that's what was giving me hope, thinking, you know what, maybe it is going to be ready for this year. Comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think down there, Hippo? Do you think it's going to be ready? Oh, hello. Hippopotamus. Wow, look at the beautiful giraffes. They're amazing. My favourite animal. I absolutely love giraffes. There's the train going by again. Yeah, we actually went to Yorkshire Wildlife Park for the first time yesterday, and you can see that vlog over on the Sandbrook Adventures. It's now online. Yeah, we both went there yesterday and we had a lovely time. We thought we may as well do it on our way up here. So like I say, Charlotte and my parents are all on the beach today, having a nice day in Scarborough. Nice chill out for Charlotte. Not long to go now. Just make out the zebras over there. They've got a lovely area. I really like this big space right in the middle, kind of separating the theme park with the zoo here. And yeah, just going back to the Lost River ride again. Obviously the trough's just over there and actually comes right through the middle of this enclosure here. So when it does reopen, you get really close to the giraffes and zebras, and obviously the boat's just kind of slowly coming by there, which is really nice. And yeah, this leads down into the main part of the zoo. With it being a hot day, there's not loads of animals out in the zoo. Was hoping to go on the little zoo monorail up here, but I think this is also closed, which is a shame. Yeah, it only advertised the other one to be closed. Yeah, this is just a nice little trip round. Obviously it's only got the one station, which takes you around this area. But yeah, I think it's all closed. Looks like it. Yeah, there's a sign out down at the bottom. Sorry, this ride is unavailable at the moment. It's down there on the floor. I think we'll go around this way, walk round by the wallabies, and this kind of all loops back round the other side. Whew, I am sweating. I could have done it with my cap really today. I forgot to pack it. It's in a different bag. Oh, hello. Look at these. Thought they'd be in the shade. Maybe they like the nice weather. Hello. Yeah, you've got the kangaroos around here. Oh, wow, they're loving it. Oh, I do love the kangaroos. I'll always remember when we walked down here and a couple of them were play fighting. It's quite funny to watch. It's quite a nice aerial walkway and the shade is pretty good down here. And of course they've got some more flamingos down here. Hey, do love the flamingos. Got them here and also in that new area that we saw earlier on by Kumali and the Lost River ride. Got penguins down here, tapirs, lots to see. Oh, you're right down there. It's good for the animals here because they've got a lot of shade. in this area, and also good for us humans on a really hot day. So this kind of loops round and then into the children's area round over here, because they have got like a dedicated area with a few kids rides as well. But like I said earlier on, it's nice how they've got a lot of different kids rides kind of dotted around the park, mixed in with like family attractions as well in all the different areas. Oh wow, look at him down there. Hello, you alright mate? Oh, we look then. And it's the same with the penguins, you can't go down near them at the moment either because of bird flu. Yeah, it's all blocked off. Carousel just down here. And yeah, this plays the roller coaster tycoon music as well. Oh, do love that. It's very quiet, but you can just about hear it. I think it's seen better days, this carousel. But there we go, you can hear it a bit better now. Beautiful building down here. This is the mansion house and tea rooms. I think it's probably a lot of offices and things in there as well. And the Peter Rabbit play area that they've got. It's quite a big part to walk around. I'm going to have a little look now down in Muddy Duck Farm, just over here on the left hand side. Got like a little tractor ride down here and a few other bits. It's quite eerie walking around when it's this quiet. There's the Muddy Duck Farm tractor ride that they've got here. Loads of areas just down there at the back. And yeah, very close to the little village here actually. In fact, there's the church. That isn't part of the park. That's actually a real church, and that's just the other side of the park here. One of the busiest rides, the tractors, they're all full coming round. Or most of them. And yeah, you got a couple of kids rides down here. You've also got the park's only dark ride in this area too. Then like I said, they've actually removed 2 junior coasters for this year, which is a shame. But I'll talk about them when we get round into that area a little bit further down. Yeah, they've got a massive play area over there. I think they've got meerkats and things over there too, and the coach house, which is a little pub. Obviously with it being a holiday park as well, a lot of these eateries are actually open on an evening if you're staying here as part of the resort. I'd like to do that at some point in the future, maybe for a few days. It'd be good, especially with the little one, a bit more chilled out then. Saying that, it's lovely and chilled out today. Yeah, you can maybe stay here and do a few other things nearby. A little helicopter ride, obviously that lifts up and spins round up there too. But yeah, I think we're going to go on the dark ride now. So that's the entrance to the other monorail there, the People Mover. Like I say, that one's also closed at the moment. So that one was advertised to be shut. And yeah, that takes you like down towards the entrance of the park. And you've also got the dark ride over here, Mischief Mansions. Let's go on this now. Normally gets a big queue, this does, because it's very low capacity. Doesn't run many ride vehicles, but it should be pretty quiet today. Let's go on. Oh, this is also closed. Oh, there you go. This ride isn't available at the moment. Oh dear. And the door's open. Oh, I'll have to check back later on. Maybe it's just a temporary closure. Vintage cars over on this side as well. Wacky races. Yeah, there's a few bits shut today, but at least it's not the major ride. You know, I've done lots of those. Plenty of rides on the coast, and it's only like 1 o'clock. I've done loads here today because it's so quiet. Got plenty of time for re-rides though. Now the little Go-Gator operated from 1990 through to 2024 here at Flamingo Land, and used to be right in this location. It was a little powered coaster, and yeah, it ran for 30 years, so it had a good life. But yeah, it has now been removed from the park and replaced with the fresh donut stand here. But yeah, it used to be right on this location. 30 years of operation, but it has now gone. I remember getting the credit back when I was a kid, riding it right here at Flamingo Land. And yeah, the other removals being in Dino Stone Park, and that's going to be the next area that we're going to head into. I do like the theming of this. It's like one of the only areas here to have like a big portal like this. The only other one really is at Kumali's entrance. As soon as you come into this area, you've got Cyclosaur there on the right hand side. And then also Twistosaurus, which is a fun little family spinning coaster there. It's only a small one, but sometimes you can get a pretty good spin on there as well. Little dino dig area. The theming's nice in this area of the park. I do like all the rock work. And my favourite ride in this area is Pterodactyl, which is just around the corner here. Now, it doesn't look like a massive tall swing ride, but actually when you're on there, it's pretty high and you get a really good view looking out over the park. And there it is on the right hand side. So yeah, let's go and give this a go. Might be a bit windy on this one, but we'll see how we get on. Wow. Great views, looking over the park. Woo! It gets fast, this one does. You probably swing to the side. Whee! Luckily it's not too cold of a day today because it can be freezing. not good to get up there and take in the awesome views across the park. And yeah, it's a great ride. Not one for if you're scared of heights, that, and it spins quite fast as well. Look at the dinosaur here. Saw loads of awesome animatronic dinosaurs at Yorkshire Wildlife Park. And yeah, check out that vlog over on the Sandbrook Adventures. Another big wheel there. That could do with painting up as well. I think that's seen better days. How it can be justified for them to be open on these days like this is quite crazy. Yeah, they definitely need to look at marketing, I think, and also maybe ticket prices, improving that customer service a bit more. Because yeah, it should not be this quiet, especially when the weather's so good. And here's a look at where the other little junior coaster was. This was a little bit bigger than the one around the corner that was removed. Yeah, this was a dino roller. To be honest though, it doesn't surprise me that they took this out because it always used to stall at the top. It used to go so slow. And yeah, there's quite a few times where I think it had valid. So yeah, that has now gone. Not been replaced with anything, but maybe it will at some point in the future. So yeah, they've gone from 10 coasters down to 8 here this year. Obviously you've got the little mine train coaster here on the left hand side. And then you've got Zoom up here at the top. Zoom. Yeah, I'll share an on-ride POV with you now from Zoom here, a little family coaster. It's nothing too exciting, but sometimes it doesn't need to be loads, does it? You know, it's just a nice little ride for the families, and you sit in the aeroplanes and it kind of comes over the area around here. And there's a little plane ride off to the side. Yeah, here's a look at Zoom in action. There we go. Hey! That's the good thing here, you got a few little junior coasters as well, you know, such as this. The little mine train just over there, and you got the other one just behind it, and then the spinner, you know, so in this area alone they've got like 4 little junior coasters. A look there at Zoom in action. Nice little family coaster in this part of the park. Well, you know what? I've got round and done everything today, so I've got plenty of time to get more re-rides in, make the most of the awesome attractions they've got here, including Sick. Probably going to sit on that a few times actually, and have a few laps around on there in different seats, get on the front, get on the back, and yeah, make the most of it on this lovely day. So I'm going to get a little bit more off-ride footage now of the different attractions here at Flamingo Land. Normally I'd say capturing the atmosphere, but yeah, there's a bit of a funny vibe here today. Somewhere I did also want to just get in as well. I didn't mention it at first because it only happened a couple of times, but now it's happened about 5 or 6 times. There's been like supervisors wearing like the white uniforms walking around, and I've just been stared at so many times, not even whilst I'm filming, literally just walking around the park. It's got a bit of a weird vibe here today. Yeah, I don't think I'll be in a rush back. I'll only be coming back this year, obviously if the Lost River ride actually opens up. Well, it's almost 4 o'clock and I've done lots of re-rides here at Flamingo Land, made the most of it, with it being the quietest I've ever seen it. I've actually ended up with 10 rides on Sick, which is great, proper marathoned it and made the most of it. And I thought before it closes, I'd come out here and get one of the best views of it in operation. Just about here on the coach park. What an awesome ride, certainly the highlight of Flamingo Land. I think it's an excellent coaster, one of the best we've got in the country. And the quad heartline rolls here, look at that. Hang time is just amazing. Well, it's been a beautiful day in the sunshine here at Flamingo Land, and the crowd levels as well have been fantastic, meaning that I've got lots of rides in. When I looked and saw it was a 4 o'clock close, I was thinking, oh, you know, hopefully I'm going to get lots in. But no, it's been absolutely fantastic. You never know if you're coming on some of these weekdays, if you're going to end up with school trips and things. But I thought, well, the kids have only just gone back after Easter. There shouldn't be school trips. And yeah, it hasn't been. It's been a really good day for getting lots of rides in here at the park. It does feel a little bit flat in some areas, and there's certainly some TLC needed in different parts of the park. But I'm excited to see what's happening with the Lost River ride. I did really enjoy that before, so it needed some work doing to it. I'm glad they're doing that. Hopefully it's going to be ready this year. Probably won't be back here at the park now until it is ready, but from looking at it, it could even be 2026. But the fact they've got a lot of workers around there makes me think that hopefully it's going to open this summer. But then I also thought the same last year. Now this park has got so much potential. It's a great park, but it could be amazing. You know, it's got so much potential here. I'd love to come in, give it like an audio package, some new theming, clean a few areas up. Obviously a bit better customer service and things as well would be great. But you know what, I do always enjoy coming here. Bit of a shame I couldn't film some updated POVs today, but it is what it is, isn't it? And yeah, there was a bit of a weird atmosphere with some of the staff kind of looking over at me, and kind of felt like they were following me around, some of the supervisors at some point, which isn't really a nice feeling when you come to a park. I've really missed Charlotte here today. I miss her all the time when she's not with me, but especially here today. But you know what, I still had a good day in the sunshine, and crowd levels have been really light as well. I just hope that, you know, they can sort out these things in the future, because surely it can't be justifiable having the park open when it's so quiet. Maybe having some weekday closures would be better for them, and push guests to visit on certain days. I'm not too sure, but it's clear that, you know, maybe it's got a little bit of a reputation now. A few people are thinking, oh, I'm not going to visit, and also the price as well. You know, I mean, I booked online quite a bit in advance, so you do get a better deal. I think I paid £33.50, which isn't too bad at all for a major theme park with all these different rides. So we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, it's been a nice day in the sunshine, made the most of it, and thanks for joining me here on Theme Park Worldwide. That leaves me with one final thing to say: get out there and keep on riding. See you in the next video.